In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war.
In this episode, the noble Imperial Knights charge forth against the treacherous Chaos Space Marines. The deployment for today is Search and Destroy. And the mission for this battle is Sites of Power, which means players will earn points for every objective marker they control. However, character models on an objective in no man's land empower that objective, earning them extra points while that character stays within range. Our mission rule for this one is Vox Static. Rerolls and discarding secondary cards are gonna cost an extra command point. And a special thank you to Matirx Cards and Games in Reading, Heroes Corner in Chico, Hobby Badger in West Sacramento, Sword and Board in Ukiah, and Baron of Dice for sponsoring this episode. Now, the board is set and the players are ready. Welcome to Red Bluff Battle Reports.
Hey everybody, welcome to Red Bluff Battle Reports. We got another epic game of Warhammer 40k lineup for you. We have a special guest star in the house before. He's been here before. This is Adam. He's a #1 CSM ranked player in the world currently. So, you know, pray for my Knights. Maybe I can beat him. Probably not. But so we're bringing Imperial Knights against CSM. We're showing off the new book today. We brought Adam for that. A couple of admin things. So June 15th, we have an RTT in Chico down at Heroes Corner. July 20th, we have an RTT in Reading at the Matirx Card and Games. The very end of June, like June 30th, I think, it was the Rage GT up in Reno. Go check out the boys up there. I'll be there. A couple of other guys will be there. In October, we have... can't read that. We have the APOC game, 19th and 20th of October. And in November, we have the Bunker Down GT here in Red Bluff. That'll be the big one.
But the apocalypse was the big one.
Okay, yes, the apocalypse is the big one. This is correct.
Technically speaking.
Yep. We've got lists in the description, linked below. Adam, you want to kind of run through what you're doing and what, you know, detachment you're bringing and all the new fun toys you get with your new book?
So I've been really excited, just like all the other Chaos Marine players out there, because I think we got a real ace of a book. I know a lot of buzz has been about Renegade Raiders, so I really just wanted to bring a nice showcase list. So I've got lots of units of Raptors, lots of units of Bikes, the Warp Talons, the Chosen with Lloyds and Rhinos, back to our old homage to our good old first time of being broken in the edition. And really, I just wanted to put everything on the table that I've been seeing people talk about and buzz about to really show what they can do, and especially into a nice skewed matchup of very high toughness, good armor saved units. It's going to be a real show of force on whether or not they can perform into a skew without too many heavy weapons in the list.
Yeah, we shall see.
And don't forget, the lists are in the description.
Yep.
So if you guys want to go over your deployment and what's in strategic reserves and stuff, we'll go to the overhead.
So I'm all in, nothing in reserves. I got a Vindicator Assassin hiding up here. I'm not totally WYSIWYG, I'm kind of WYSIWYG. All of the spiky purple and blue Armingers are Helvrins. They kind of made a nice little line across my deployment zone. The red ones are going to be the Warglaives. And then the big boy in pink running out there and stabbing people in the face.
The Neon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't paint them like that to distract people at all.
I'm distracted. It's a very unfair advantage. I've set up a fairly aggressive deployment. Brandon here has taken a tactical approach for his secondaries, whereas I've taken the good old fan favorite against Knights, Bring It Down, and the other old faithful Deploy Teleport Homers. In my reserves, I have 2 units of Raptors, each with 3 plasma pistols and a power fist and chain swords, and they're usually really good for just jumping down and harassing objectives as well. One of them has been deployed on the table out of the set of 3, so it's really just, let's see how high mobility I can get. At least I move equal to your armatures.
Yes,
so,
this is true.
Yeah.
So Adam, what did you do over things?
I went for Bring It Down and Deploy Teleport Homers.
You want to go over the terrain?
Yeah, so we're using the general GW rules layout, including with the ideal that these walls are less than 2 inches, so that way vehicles and non-infantry and non-beast models can move over them. So that way we're not impeding each other very much. It actually brings a lot of variety into the game to allow vehicles to perform on a board that is very cluttered as far as firing lanes and movement goes. We're playing with first 4 line of sight being blocked off in areas where it's actual true walls and windows. These smaller pieces, however, do not block line of sight. So if we are standing on this in this area, we are fully visible to each other. So it can turn into a real bloodbath if we expose ourselves too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that just about covers it. We can roll off. See who goes first.
Yeah.
2.
3.
Chaos turn 1.
Oh boy.
Best of luck, sir.
Good luck, man. Do I wog now? Oh wait, wrong army. But Whoa! Everybody's out there playing bully boys, right?
Yep.
All right, so before my first turn, I do have Abaddon with a unit of Chosen and the Master of Executions with the enhancement Mark of the Hound, which gives the whole unit Scout 6. I have decided to term this guy the Momo.
The Momo.
Momo, very cute of him. Momo, Destroyer of Worlds. And since I go first, it's very tempting because I can get a nice 6-inch jump with an advance and charge from the Chosen and just try to go all in on that big boy turn 1 and then lose Abaddon for the rest of the game afterwards. But tempting prospects are always tempting for a reason, right?
Yep. I had to put him right on the front line. He's there.
The only way he can go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Abaddon can make it behind the wall, but not past. This guy can go all the way out to about right here, but I do have to remain 9 inches from your deployment zone, which is your line essentially right here from the half. So we go 9 inches out here, 9 inches out there, about my crest. So about the furthest I can move with the Chosen would probably be about here, but that's not even my range of my movement, so a little bit further back is what I can do there. And that very much guarantees me a first turn charge with Abaddon, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to be greedy about it. I said we took bring it down, right?
You sure did.
I sure want to.
Adam's dice.
Maybe if I keep knocking bikes off the board.
I have no idea how to say your name, but he's telling you to do it. Charge turn 1.
But for how long?
Yeah.
Ver Magnus, and that's my buddy Josh.
There you go.
That's the Blood Angels and Guard player for our team, for our Black Shields. Yeah.
So who got first turn?
I got
Adam.
first turn, and I'm making a scout move, and I think I'm just going to go full aggression here with Abaddon.
Right? And he's like the one real anti-tank.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a big choice on whether or not I just run into a Warglaive and auto kill him with it, or just see if I can deal with that Knight in one go at strength 14, 3 damage dev wounds.
Yeah.
I mean, AP you don't care about. You've got an invuln. It's 4 up, right? 4 up period.
4 period all the time.
Nice. This is beautiful. I'm jelly.
Yeah, our buddy Matty Gloss took 3 of them to a tournament.
Nice.
He said they actually didn't perform as well as he thought they would, but I kind of think it'd be nasty.
Well, taking 3 is a lot to commit.
Yeah, 1,500 points almost.
Oh, yeah.
Turn 1.
Yep, now we're going to turn 1. The first thing that happens for me is in my command phase, this becomes sticky thanks to my cultists here.
Nice.
And then I choose Abaddon's Aura, and now I have to choose between a 4-up invuln or reroll all hit rolls. Very tempting, but I believe if I can perform, I'm going to need to survive. If I can't perform, I'm really going to need to survive. So I'm going to choose the 4-up invuln for infantry and mounted within 6 inches of Abaddon.
Yep. Checks out.
Staying alive. And then it's just a matter of if I want to commit those guys.
So what's the plan, Adam? What you thinking?
I'm thinking I start rolling some dice and see where people want to go. Starting with Abaddon, we'll just go ahead and roll their advance roll. 1. Thankfully, I've put them very far up ahead. And I only have 1 command point. We're playing Vox Static. I can't single CP just re-roll that. So I'm just kind of eating that 7. Thankfully, a 7 is not terrible. And chosen can advance, shoot, and charge. Here. Abaddon's only moving 6 because he's a Terminator, but he'll still maintain about half an inch behind that guy. The 7 from this wall brings the Executioner up. Why can't you be on an objective? So I get extra AP that I won't need.
Oh, and I'm taking the lay low the Tyrant as my, not bondsman ability, but my house thing. So if I kill Abaddon, I become honor bound and get the 3 bonus CP.
Nice.
And I get reroll 1 hit, 1 wound per activation per night.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and disembark some chosen.
I used to take the extra movement, but then I realized I'm already really fast.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's only 1 inch extra, right?
Yeah.
But 1 to advance and charge as well, right?
1 inch movement, 1 inch charge, 1 inch advance.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Let's see here. Thankfully, this guy's a Chaos Lord. I'd hate to do it, but I can use his free stratagem to reroll this advance roll if need be. I have to come out more like
You know,
this.
with the 1 free reroll and 8 shots plus 6 more, I think I'm gonna go ahead and Overwatch you with an Arminger.
Okay.
Abby's unit.
Okay.
Mr. Producer Man over there, you want to spend me a CP?
Spend you a CP, sir.
So overwatching Helper in here.
Yep. And we'll do the big guns first. And we'll use my reroll to hit here. So just 1.
Oh, it says reroll a hit roll, not reroll a hit roll of 1 anymore.
Yeah, no,
That's big cool. Yeah.
A hit roll. So that's a wound.
Okay. And then I have a 4 up invulnerable, which will fail. And we'll kill 1 chosen because they are 3 wounds each. I will take out my dude that just got a bolter.
And we'll see if we can do anything with the Questoris Heavy Stubber. 6 shots. No rerolls here. 1 hit.
It's a wound.
It's a wound.
And then 3 up. You're good.
Cool.
All right.
I'm out of CP for now. But hey, 1 less chosen on the board for 1 CP.
1 less chosen definitely helps.
I think that could be worth it.
They're already out, so let's go ahead and roll their advance roll next. For 4, that's respectable. So 10 for this guy. Basically puts the Lord right at the edge of this ruin here.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just follow up in their formation. Get some combi weapons out towards that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe even a plasma pistol with a fist here. I'll be 12 inches out then. All right. So not too bad of a start for those guys.
Damn, my Pink Knight is right on stream.
Yeah, he is. You were right up to here, but not that far up. I keep bumping these guys with my vest.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, just, you know, nudge your models with an oversized biker vest. That's how you win the game.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and advance these bikers. 6. Fast.
What is big winners? So what, this is gonna be an Adam question, but what's the big winners and losers of your codex?
So obviously Obliterators being one of my favorites got hit really hard. Being dropped down to 2-man units min-max is really detrimental to their viability. Big winners though, Warp Talons I think got a huge glow up because they're the only uppy downy unit that we have available without putting up other detachments. I think Deceptors might have one that lets things come in and out, but other than that, really the Warp Talons are the one thing that can reliably up and down and just keep harassing. Yeah, and especially with this detachment with the, oh yeah, if I'm alive at the end of the fight phase and I fought, I just fall back for 1 CP and they disappear into the warp again. It's just really powerful. These guys can't be saved from everything, but I'll save them from some things. So they'll just come up along
Adam,
the
how many times is Abaddon going to go on a secret mission?
a secret mission, he's always going to go for the enemy objective every time. That's it. He's going to say, I'm taking your home. And you're like, and everybody's not going to know what I do when I just say I'm advancing Abaddon for 3 turns towards your home, you know? I took a secret mission and he just starts running forward. You don't know what my mission is. He's still running forward. We are playing with current rules, so I'll advance these guys because I have assault weapons. For one, beautiful. Still, 13 inches is more than enough for them to get behind this building.
Don't get auto advances?
No, they get an extra strength on the charge with their chain swords.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going from wounding you on 6s to wounding you on 6s. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just hop in here. They're going to be my deploy teleport homer guys.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Heading back here.
Warp talons, look, and the bikers. The oldest trick in the book, I'll bet. Yep. The bikers do look pretty strong, as well as the warp talons.
I am going to advance this rhino. Since I just get assault weapons, just
everywhere.
because I get them free. It kind of feels like being Stormlance in a way, you know, being the Stormlance Marines. Thank you. So
I wrote a list. Jeff actually streamed it a couple of weeks ago. But the Salamanders gives you assault weapons on everything. Yeah, I wrote an all Land Raider list. So
3 Redeemers.
Yeah, it was 6. So it was 3 Redeemers and then 2 and 2. No, he changed it. It was 2 of each. But still, all of them just advancing up the board. It's like, oh,
that's wild.
Yeah.
We'll advance these Raptors for 2, so they go 14 inches. See if I can clear this building. My hope is I can just jump enough of these fast guys into cover to kind of avoid your shooting for a turn. That was the back one. Okay. I'd always try to measure from my back one to move the furthest first, so I can just maintain formation after.
I like it.
Makes things a little simpler. I like to measure from the back of the base for the same reason, just so that way I can see where it's actually landing. Like, I'm still a little bit exposed. There might be a way to get him, but you might have to stretch for it. And because I've got bodies there, I might just stop you up. That's kind of my hope here. Warp talents need to advance. Everything's just going to advance this turn for the most part.
Yep.
It's an advance and charge army. Like,
you're practicing for when you start playing orcs.
I've gotten to play Dark Angels with this list and Death Guard with this list.
How'd it go?
The Death Guard was very difficult. So it was one of my good friends, JT, and JT usually is running a lot of like Demon Engine Death Guards, but he took my advice and ran a Plague Marine spam list for the last couple months. And it's a very hard counter to my list. You got a lot of flamers in the Overwatch with anti-infantry 2 up. He chose the armor degradation aura, so everything in his army was just like hitting me with plasmas at AP4 with lethal hits. He picked up a Vindicator that way. A Vindicator, just lethal hits on 5s. And it was funny because I said, okay, well, bet. Ran up to him with Raptors with plasma pistols. He was on an objective. I'm like, here, I've got AP4 plasma pistols too. How about I just pick up some dudes of yours? That game ended like 89 to 93 off of just like a very, very simple mistake that he made early on. That we, of course, you know, at the time when you make a mistake turn 2, you don't know if it won or lost you the game until the end of the game, and you're like, oh man, if I had just put in that dude there, you would have had it. But he tried to play very counter to the army, saying, I'm not going to be on an objective to give you your bonus, and it cost him 5 points. That would have won him the game by a point. Another Warpy here, just hide them for a turn.
But then you might have killed more of his units too. You might have lost by a bigger margin.
Maybe. But here's the thing is that it's a very melee-centric army, and Plague Marines, when you have the appropriate characters, they get fights first, free grenades, and all sorts of nastiness, so charge them at your peril sometimes, and that's how he kind of runs it. So I wouldn't have really been able to take care of that unit, because all I had to do was charge him. Then I just have this Rhino to go. What do you want to do, buddy? That's a good question. I almost want to just kind of run you up there and say, screw it.
I mean, if you're going to go all in, you go all in, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing, is that the stratagem for me to reroll all hits and wounds is only if I disembarked from a vehicle that turn.
Oh, okay.
So keeping a vehicle alive gives me access to it, and it's a battle tactic, so I can freebie it with Chaos Lords.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to be able to double down on. This Final Rush is a very good way to go with this kind of list.
Yeah, in my list, because the Calidus went up in points, I lost her, so I had to bring the Vindicator instead. Which, you know, he might prove useful here. Maybe I can.
I have some precision, yeah.
Yeah.
He's one-shot Abaddon somehow, you know. I mean, he's 9 wounds. Yeah, does he do enough damage?
If I roll a bunch of 6s, yeah, he can watch out Abby.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. This is just like the last big thing is how much of this do I commit at this point?
Yep. Send.
You know what? We'll make it a quick game. Win or lose, we're here to have fun, right?
I mean, I play Knights, Orcs, and Space Wolves, so you know what my vote is.
Oh yeah, 16 inches. From the back of you over to about. Knock everything over. Why don't I? I'm a disastrous person. It's also part of my winning strategy. I just knock all the terrain around in my favor.
Yep.
So I go about right here.
So should we put a bunch of those, all those models, you put them on the terrain and knock it over, be like, oh yeah, they were all in this terrain, don't worry about it.
All right, so I got some las cannon shooting, and that'll be about it. And then these cultists will advance. Oh, maybe I should roll into here for 3, so 9. Just kind of start spreading them out this way. I'll just go straight. They did their job already. They can hang out over here for now.
If I'm killing your cultists, you've already lost.
Yeah, if that's what you're focusing on,
Yeah.
cultists, then that means you had nothing else to kill.
Yeah.
All right. And then you definitely have things to kill. So I think we just go to shooting now. So let's go ahead and start with good old faithful and throw a grenade at your Lancer from Abaddon's Legion.
Sure.
So go ahead and drop me a command point, sir. We're going to see what we do here. Your lucky dice you handed me. We're fairly lucky. That's 4 mortals.
It shrugs on 6s.
Yes, sir. That's also part of your bondsman, right? Or no, that's just general,
Yeah,
right?
general. So I didn't shrug any of those. Big dice over here for a wound counter.
Right. Well, that's a good start. And now we will shoot Abaddon's unit into the same guy. We're going to start with the 2 plasma pistols on the Chosen. We are... Let's see, one of them's got a power fist, and then the other one doesn't. But I can assign them, and the chance of me rolling double ones is not great.
21 wounds remaining.
So we're going to go ahead and overcharge these. I am going to perform a Dark Pact for lethal hits, and I have to roll those first now.
Okay.
Thankfully, I've got an icon, but I'm looking for a 7-up here, so I gain a command point from Abaddon. So that's double 6s. They're very much happy right now.
Right.
So I do gain a command point for that. Yeah, when Abaddon's unit makes a Dark Pact and rolls a 7 or higher on the test, I gain a command point. Yes.
Oops. Not 2. 20. There we go.
Let's go ahead and start with the bespoken plasma pistols on
Sure.
3s. 6s will be lethal hits. So there's a lethal hit.
Okay.
AP 3, 2 damage.
Safe.
Safe. And then we're going to go ahead with Abaddon's Talons of Horus. On 2, 6 is lethal. So there's a lethal. And then 6s again. So 2 more at AP 1.
Make 1, fail 1.
2 damage.
2 damage. Let's see some 6s. Nope, no 6s.
And then 4 shots from the 2 combi weapons. And then you killed the guy with the bolter.
Down to 17.
Only 1 hit because hitting on 4s here.
Okay.
And then on a 6, you take a dev wound. Nope. And then we've got a bolt pistol, because why not? Every shot counts. Nope. All right.
Oh, I saw it for a
Yeah,
second.
it wanted it. It wanted it. It was a rolly. Those sharp edges bounced it back. All right. So good job, Abaddon. You guys plucked a few more wounds off of him.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and... Should have enough range. Oh, yeah. More than enough range to do pretty much everything there. So we're pretty much going to wash, rinse, repeat with the next Chosen unit. 3 plasma pistols because the Lord's there. I will... Oh, hazardous checks.
Yeah.
All right, we're safe. Could have bit me there because I forgot, and it always does when you forget.
Right.
So 3 plasma pistols overcharging into him.
Okay.
And we're going to throw the combi weapons, everything into him as well.
Okay.
I've got 1 command point, so I'm not eager to spend it, so I'll just keep going from there. Because it's tempting to do the reroll hits and wounds and stuff, but not yet.
No.
Going to do his Dark Pact test. He passes.
Okay.
Here are the 3 plasma pistols. I'll do one of them separate because it's hitting on it too, and then 6s will be lethal. So 1 hits, no wound, and then the Lord hits, and then 5s, no wound, and then combi weapons on 4s, nothing. All right, good talk from them. Hazardous tests. Ooh, 1 died. So we're gonna take the guy that has the double weapons. So you lose the twin-linked sword guy.
Okay.
Look, 2 chosen have already died. You haven't even had to take your turn yet. Yeah. Let's go with this Rhino.
Yep.
He's gonna shoot his Havoc launcher. Can you measure? I'm sure I've got 24 to him.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I don't know why I even have you measured. Definitely got 24. Definitely not within 12.
Nope, you're like 16 and a half.
Yeah. So combi bolter. We're going to throw a regular. Nope, it's all bolt pistols and plasma pistols, and then a las cannon inside is all that's in there now that they disembarked. So las cannon off of the pencil or off of the firing deck, and then havoc launcher, combi weapon, and combi bolter all into that blue armature over there. Let's start with the las cannon. Dark Pact for sustained here.
Okay.
Because I'm really just hoping for the las cannon more than anything. I passed the pact. Leadership 6 on almost everything, which is nice.
Yeah.
Las cannon hits on a 4 because it's a marine. I'm using it. Nope. Oh. And then havoc launcher, 4 shots on 3s, 6s explode, so that'll be all hits. And then 6s to wound, nothing. And then combi bolter, both hit, no wounds, and combi weapon hits with sustained and nothing. Needed 6s for dev wounds there. They're all good. And then we're gonna go ahead, since that whiffed, we're gonna just have him shoot same thing into the big lancer.
Sure.
And I'm gonna still do the same thing and go for sustain and just hope I get a 6 with that last cannon. And then leadership test there. They fail. Here we go. For 3 mortal wounds. Could I get a wound counter, please? It goes down from 10.
All right, because the rhino takes it.
Yes.
There we go.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. Down to 7 wounds. Much easier to kill now. Oh, and I suppose I do have chosen that random, so plasma pistol will be shooting hazardous out as it is as well. All right. Plasma pistol overcharged. Hits. Does not wound. Havoc launcher. 6 shots.
Oh.
That'll be all hit because one's sustained. And 6 is here as well. Take 1, no AP. Oh, take 1. Something was bound to.
I cannot shrug a wound.
But now for the important one, the las cannon.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a hit.
Not a 6 though?
Not a 6 though. Doesn't count out of the trade. That is a wound though. At AP 3.
Oh,
and you don't have a reroll here because it's 2 anyways. So D6 plus 1 for 7 damage. Big 6.
4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna shrug some of these. I'm gonna shrug one of them. So he's down to 11.
10.
I shrugged one. Oh,
7 damage. 10. Yeah. So down to 6. Down to 10. All right. Hazardous check. Oh, I still got the bolter actually. So bolter. So that'll be 5 hits. 6 is the wound. Just looking for some plinks. Nope. And then the combi weapon on 4s. 1. And a dev wound.
Hey,
there you go.
Where was that?
When I finally get a dev wound from a combi weapon, you just nope. That's okay. I can't complain at all. I rolled a 6 on the last cannon. Hazardous check. Safe.
Nice.
I thought that was gonna be a 1. I swear.
Yeah.
I was like, that rhino's gonna be half dead this turn. Cool. So bikers are deploying homers. Pretty much shot everything. so let's do the fun phase.
Yep.
Start some charges. I'm currently at 1 command point. So we're just gonna raw dog it with Abaddon into the Lancer.
Do it.
All right, that is not a bad roll. That's all I wanted. It's not a bad roll. So Abaddon's 9 will get him to base, so we're just gonna start there with him. And we're gonna go ahead and get all the rest of these guys in as well. Falling in over this way.
All right, let's see how many 4s I can roll.
Yeah, I'm really pretty much just banking on the dev wounds between Abaddon and the Master of Execution, so I can't go over on that side with this guy because I didn't charge him. The Chosen will charge that Armiger for an 8. That'll definitely make them in. That most decidedly means he's probably popping his once per game ability.
What's he got?
It gives him an extra attack, strength, AP, and damage on his Thunder Hammer.
Very nice.
Yeah. So flat 3 damage dev wounds. And this unit did disembark, so they will be able to reroll all hits and wounds against this guy.
Nice.
I'll double check. It might only be the hit rolls because you aren't on an objective. I think that might be another thing. I'll check in a moment. Either way, I'm gonna pop it for them for free because yeah,
Free strats are amazing.
free strats are amazing. And I think that's the only things for charging. And let me double check that stratagem real quick. And we'll skip right to it. Yeah, reroll a hit roll and reroll a wound roll if you're within range of an objective, period. So I can't do it on him at all.
Okay.
So we're just gonna raw dog it and hope for the best.
Yep.
Good to check things like that before I use them.
Right.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with Abaddon, because why not start with the big boy anyways?
Let's see what he can do.
It's rough. I really want to do lethals, but sustains are probably the better pick here with the 2 big boys and just going for dev wounds. So we're gonna Dark Pact for sustained hits. We pass the pact because Abaddon is leadership 5.
Nice.
Yes. Thankfully, you're not Chaos Knights.
Right? I would say no.
And yeah, let's just go ahead and start the big boy and hope he does his thing. So 8 attacks with his strike, hitting on 2s, 6s are sustained. All right, no sustain, 2 misses. And then winning on 3s here, strength 14.
Nice.
Yeah. So 2 of them are going to be dev for flat 3.
Okay.
And then you have 3 4-up invulns.
Ooh, okay, so
12 damage total.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Abby just walk in and one-shot him. Need at least
Casual,
6s.
just casual Abaddon.
No.
Wow. Yep.
Lancer down.
Don't have to roll anything else for him. Does he explode?
He'll take everything with him. Oh, he doesn't.
I can't say I'm unhappy. I'm actually fairly happy about that.
That's a concern.
Then these guys will consolidate into them. We're not going to consolidate this guy. I want to not have to get into that Warglaive just in case.
Okay.
But Abaddon's giving his aura, which is nice. We're already in your face there. That's always a benefit. So let's go ahead with the next unit. We're going to start with the Lord. We are going to Dark Pact. We are going to pop his once per game to get the extra, all that bonus
Adam,
stuff.
can we ask you a quick question?
Yes, absolutely.
So would this be a pretty cool place? One of our other producers was telling me if you have the Deceptors detachment where you spend the CPU to auto blow it up.
You cannot auto blow up a Titanic model with that detachment.
Oh.
I already was thinking of that in my head as it happened too, but it specifically calls out you cannot do Titanics.
Yeah, because he blows up big. I found out the hard way at a GT.
Was it 2d6?
Yeah. So he was surrounded by a bunch of my armigers. He died, blew up, killed 2 armigers. Both of those armigers blew up and killed another one and put another one down to like 2 wounds. I was like, oh, I just lost.
This is an easy way to get an early lunch.
Yeah. And it was a mirror matchup. It was other knights, and like I was way ahead. I had killed 2 of his big knights, and he had 1 big knight and like 3 armigers left. And now all of a sudden, I just had 6 armigers. I was like, oh.
People say you can't blame the dice, but what are you going to do? You can't
Right?
demise your whole army.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like, oh, okay.
Here's a leadership test. Passed on an 8. And we're gonna go for lethal hits here.
Yep.
I think that's the right move. Even though I really want the big hammer to do more, but if it just lethals you and you're saving on 6s for flat 3 damage, I'll take it.
Yep.
I wish you were on objective. This would pump to AP 4 on the hammer. So hitting on 3s, 6s are lethal. So 2 misses, but 2 lethals.
Okay.
And then 5s to wound still, because strength 9. That's
Ooh.
4 wounds total at your 6-ups.
Save 1.
So I'll be 9 damage.
Harbinger is very hurt.
We've got your feel no pains.
Emotionally or?
Yes.
Watch, now I'll roll all the feeling things.
Right.
Nope, just 1.
1.
So you take 8.
So down to 4 wounds.
Think so?
And I'll go with my power fist next. That has 2 misses, 2 hits, and then 5s to wound here. No wounds there. And then 1, 2, 3 accursed weapons. Hoping for lots of 6s here. Well, there's 4 of them. These fail. And looking for 6s here as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 5 at AP2, 1 damage each.
3 go through.
All right. 1 damage.
6s. Okay, takes 2.
All right, it's down to 2, so he lives,
Yeah.
but he is hurt.
He'll get to clap back at least.
Yes. And that is his turn to clap back, sir.
All right, let's go to Mr. Warglaive. What's your save profile like in your toughness and stuff?
I'm toughness 4, 3 wounds, but I do have a 4-up invuln from Abaddon's aura right now.
I think I'm gonna go with.
Because it's 3-up armor base, but
Yeah. I like the damage 3 because you don't have a shrug at all, do you?
no.
Okay, so just 4 attacks. Wait, what's my ability? Makes it. I don't have a charge. Okay. Just hitting on 3s.
4s because -1 to hit for being bracketed.
Yep.
And 2s.
Okay, 2 go through, minus a bunch.
4-up invulns, and 1 goes through, kills 1.
Yep.
So we'll take our standard bolter dude. Little guy with the chainsword on his back.
And the stompy feet from the other one that you tagged. Hit you twice. Stompy feet will wound on 3s, 2 wounds, no minus, single damage.
Both good.
Okay.
All right, and that'll be it for my turn. I will score 3 for deployed teleport homers from the bikes in the center, and 5 for bring it down for taking out the big boy.
Yep. 25 wounds.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, take your time. A bit of draw while you're doing that. Defend the stronghold. Okay.
Can't do that turn 1.
Extend the battle lines. Yep.
So you recycle it.
So at the end of Adam's turn, we have Adam on 18, Brandon on 10, and what's your cards, Brandon?
Bring it down and extend battle lines.
And you're good. I don't need to cut your deck again.
And you don't gain any extra this turn right now.
I gained my extra already for the battle round.
Yeah, just the one very hurt knight. He is leadership of 7, and that's 6. So he is battle shocked. No strats for that boy.
Just to remind you, I've got legionaries in here as well.
So Adam, while he's figuring out his movement, how do you feel about what?
Well, Abaddon with the Mark of the Hound, Master of Executions, my Momo. That's what he's there for. If I get first turn, if we've got a close deployment, he runs forward. And maybe he does stuff. This time he does. Yeah, please.
So Brandon, what's the plan to come back and get back into this? What's the point here?
Kill Abaddon, for sure. He's surrounded by Warglaives. And a Vindicator, so this one Arminger is for sure going to fall back. So that way the Vindicator is freed up to shoot at him.
Just remember.
No.
Not the one that's battle shock, not just yet, at least.
Remember, if you go back, your battle shot. Oh, good. We're going to go to the overhead. We'll break the things here.
We're gonna line up shots on both of these rhinos because I have bring it down.
Oh yeah.
Where do
Let's
you
see if
want
the
to
Knights can
fall
get back into
to?
this.
He's not gonna shoot this turn. He's just gonna. Oops.
Are you able to move without going over my models there? I think so. You should be fine.
He's just gonna run away. He'll stay on the objective just for fun. I guess these guys will close in and make this charge unfailable. Can Abaddon survive 3 Warglaives?
If I roll enough 4-ups, I suppose.
I mean, that's what I said, but I don't have a Lancer anymore.
The only reason that they're there anyways. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, will we see Punky Fire today? Oh my
We
God.
We're
will,
going to see Plunging
yeah.
Fire right now.
On a weapon that can turn off armor saves anyways, right?
Yep, once per game. I'm going to use my Shield Breaker round from the Vindicator.
Okay. Does that shut off invulns as well?
Yeah, no saves of any kind can be taken.
Ah, beautiful.
And then for his rifle, he has an ability. If I score a 6, it goes to D3 plus 6 instead of D3 plus 3. So if I get a bunch of 6s here, I could just one-shot Abby. Let's see what happens. So he hits on the 2.
That's
That's a hit.
6.
Oh, no 6 there. Okay, but that's a wound.
All right, no save, correct?
No save.
All right,
D3
damage.
plus 3.
4,
5 damage.
All right, so Abaddon will be down to 4 wounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you're right, 4.
We
So
can-
down
we
to
can do
5.
math.
What is math, anyways?
Yeah. It needed to be the other way. So that one's hurt. So I think we'll use the strat. Did I move him quite far enough? Secure by just nudge
Yeah,
him.
just come in. Go ahead and nudge him, and you'll see. Yeah,
Yeah.
right there's good.
So I'm going to spend the strat. I'll spend 1 CP for multiple armigers can draw line of sight to this guy. So he's going to get bonus AP
Okay.
against him.
What is the AP of this normally? 2? Maybe even 1, huh? It is an autocannon.
Yeah, I think it's just 1. Yep, AP 1, gonna go to AP 2. I won't get the, it's gonna go +1 strength also.
Mhm.
Well, which will matter, right? Because you're, yes,
Real quick, check your Vindicator. You and Adam look at the Vindicator because you rolled a 6 to hit, right?
yes.
So read his ability here.
Ignores cover. Oh, dev wounds.
That's
No,
6
this
to
is-
wound.
His ability. Read his ability.
Oh, it's critical hit +3 on the hit.
So you rolled a 6 to hit.
Yeah, so 3 more wounds on that.
Okay, gotcha. So he's down to 2. That was very
Yeah.
close to being a kill.
Thank you, Mr. Producer Man. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Producer Man in
I'm
training.
not happy about it, but thank you.
Shooting phase. Squire's duty, so 1 CP. If multiple armigers can draw line of sight to the same target, I will get an additional 1 AP and additional strength.
Okay.
If I was honor bound, I'd get additional damage.
Ooh.
So if Abby had died, that would have been real big.
Yeah. All right. I am not going to use my unfailingly obdurate fancy name for armor of contempt.
Sure.
At least I got cover.
Yeah. They're in combat. Should I already started shooting. It's okay. So we'll start. Nope, just everything into the rhino.
Yeah, everyone's gonna end up having cover there anyway, so
Yeah.
I think it's all just go 1 by 1 just to see what happens.
And we'll reroll 1 hit for my ability. Everything hits.
Nice. You machine Eldar, you.
Yep. And now strength 10.
So
we're doing
3s.
3s. And we'll reroll 1 wound.
7.
So 7. AP2, 3 damage apiece.
Down to AP1 for cover.
Yep.
So 4 up for the Rhino. And that'll kill the Rhino.
Okay, good thing I used strat. Sweet.
It does not explode. I've got 5 legionaries inside. See if I can hide some of them. Which one was the one that
This
shot
one.
there?
This guy shot.
Okay, gotcha. For the purposes of me having to hide away from those guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm a coward.
Yeah, Abaddon's not the real War Master.
Yeah, this is the Alpha Legion play, you know? Right. No characters in the unit.
Yeah, we just wanted to correct the vindicator assassin right before everyone started getting that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time I've been yelled at by chat on stream.
And it won't be the last.
Mm-hmm.
Mason said that's abilities nuts. It's finally worth taking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Six. All right, and let's see if anybody dies coming out.
Yes.
One takes a mortal.
Okay. So when it was still 9th edition, I had Ragnar and 5 Blade Guard and an Impulsor that blew up, and you still had to roll per model at the time. You couldn't just fast roll them. 4 Blade Guard and Ragnar died getting out.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just one lonely Blade Guard got out. He's like,
Where did my guys
where's
go?
my buddies?
Yeah.
So, Adam, something I've run into on RTTs and GTs. So when a Rhino blows up, they're battle shocked, right?
So yes, they've had to disembark from a destroyed vehicle. They are battle shocked. They can no longer make any moves or charge moves this turn, so I couldn't even use them for hardly anything. But at least in my turn, the battle shock wears off.
It's just I had someone tell me like, no, that's not how it works. Like, yeah, that's not how it
6,
works.
7,
It is a
8.
big one.
So this Arminger here is going to shoot at them.
Yep.
Doesn't really have any other targets. So this is autocannons first.
He's got a stubber, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Why don't you start with the stubber first? I got 1 wound left.
Oh, you are a smart man. Thank you, sir.
I got you.
Stubber first. You're well within rapid fire. All hit.
Strength.
6. Double check.
I think 5, right?
Oh, strength 4.
Ah, so 4.
Look at me just making up rules.
Look at you. I don't think you want to reroll those. Yeah.
No, no.
So 2.
Yep, 2. Yeah, no, it's fine.
One of them goes through. You want to save it for the ones with AP.
2. Autocannons. Hit
Yep.
you all the times.
In 2s.
Wound you all the times.
All right. I do have cover here.
AP 1. 3 damage a time.
All right. So down to AP 0, so 3 ups here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be 4.
Cool.
That is the unit.
Yeah, get those last cannons off the table.
Yeah. They hit you so well.
They do. So we'll just keep going down the line here. Next Arminger is going to shoot at the very wounded Rhino. We'll go big gun first. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. We'll reroll one of those hits. No,
Yay.
3 misses. That's okay. There's still 2 more
Yeah.
lined up at him.
You do get a reroll here as well, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. It's because I had to tell you. 3's wound, don't they? Strength 10?
No, strength 9 now. 'Cause I used the strat on this one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, super powerful strat.
So both go through. So
Okay.
flat 6 down, so down to 1
Down to
wound.
1. See if the stubber can polish him off.
Stubber, stubber, stubber.
Let's make sure I'm within 18. They're rapid fire. No.
I thought that was that one shooting.
No,
but
this guy shooting.
Gotcha.
So just 3 shots with the stubber from him. They all hit.
Mhm.
Wounding on 5s. No wounds. Okay.
All right.
That did equal 5.
Yes.
Astute observation from the peanut gallery. So we will go. Can that guy see anything else? Nope. Just the. He can see there?
Yeah, you can see there.
Okay.
I wasn't going to ever be able to keep them safe from everything, but I could help with a little bit, you know.
So we'll go with this back Arminger first into there.
Okay.
Into what?
Into the very wounded Rhino. Because I drew bring it down. So we want to kill those while we can.
Yep.
3s. One reroll.
And 4s.
9 to 9.
9. And 1
5.
reroll.
Oh, and 1 reroll. Thank you,
And
sir.
that's a 3 there.
Roll that one.
All right, 4. If I remind you to reroll,
Yep.
you're going to fail.
Then I fail.
Yeah. 3 Epsicus cover. That will get him.
Okay, cool.
Does he explode? I don't know if it matters. He might for those bikes. He does.
I think Abby's like 6.1 away.
Yeah, the bikes are definitely in, but Abby is out here.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you say,
Like
he's
6.1.
just out. Whew. So D3 modals for these guys for 2.
Oh, but it would just go on a Legionnaire. It wouldn't go on
Yes,
Abby, so
you know, chosen.
same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an extra wound, man, and a better melee weapon. And put on one of these chainsword plasma pistol guys. Yeah. And then we've got 6
all
guys.
the beakies. We don't care who you pray to.
We got 10 guys in there because legionaries and chosen in that
Nice.
bill. Oh yeah,
This is kind of just some notes.
it does. But they're battle shocks. It's not like I can reroll all hits and wound rolls for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's finally worth it. I guess the vendor hater could be a girl.
No, because when I said my sanguinary priest was a girl yesterday, you're like, no, that's definitely a guy.
He's definitely a guy, but the Vindicator, you can't see any parts of him or her.
That is
Got a
true.
mask on, you can't tell hair.
Maybe the sanguinary priest has a very short haircut.
There's no female Astartes.
This is getting empowered at least.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. Just wait till
Talk about Chaos Space Marines.
female Chaos Space Marine.
So how's Abaddon doing?
We don't know
He
yet.
has a very bad headache. And he's staring down 3 Warglaives coming at him. If I can't get Abaddon this turn, then things have gone horribly wrong.
Just keeping these guys out of some Meltas.
Yep.
At least I got Abaddon's invuln for them too, though.
Mm-hmm.
6 there. Let's go ahead and roll for those guys real quick.
I love that you can just fast roll these now. Oh, jeez.
Yes, so 1 dies and 1 takes a wound.
Oh, yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah,
now.
if
They
that
don't
was 4
die.
good dudes. And being 3 wounds each helps a lot.
Yes.
And 1 takes a wound down to 2. Put it on a combi weapon guy. Keep those plasma pistols up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some legionaries out.
Don't you roll them all?
Squad by
It is
squad.
per unit. Yes.
Because otherwise you could just roll them all and be like, oh, just the Legionaries.
Yeah, only the
died.
legionaries
Yeah.
are it. Yeah. All right, I did 1 here and 1
Yeah.
there, and then 1 here and 1. You shoot some legionaries with a 4-up invuln with Meltzes, I'm happy. Hold for the death. Like, you're killing Chosen without having to do anything to them. That's what's great.
That's
yeah.
great.
And then we got 5 on that unit. All right, your dice aren't loaded.
Fortunately, fine.
Baron of Dice are great,
Mhm.
except for when you roll 4 1s on an emergency disembarkation. And this is now gone. All right.
Okay, so the last Warglaive to Hellburn to shoot will shoot at your bikers there.
Yes, sir.
They're all holding hardy, so we'll go big gun first.
I am T5 here at least. But when you don't hit, it's negligible.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 4 hits. And reroll 1 wound.
Adam's always so encouraging.
4 wounds. 4 wounds.
All right, 3 up save. And we're all good there.
Okay.
Those bikes are loving life. Probably the least valuable unit in my army in this matchup, but hey, let's just make all those saves.
Stubber them.
Double 5s here, that
4
matters.
stubbers. 1.
Hey, stubber meta. So the stubber always
Yep.
makes it through.
Yeah, I used to run all Melta on all the little knights. But then I decided, like, no, I
It's
need
not
the
enough
volume of
shots.
fire.
You do. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with Green Tide being a bigger one coming out now.
Yeah.
Just the horde meta that's coming is going to be amazing for stubbers.
Okay, so he fell back. He's not doing anything. We got the 3 Warglaives. We'll start with the one in combat. So I can only be -1.
Yep.
Because I can't be a -2.
Yep. I mean,
LR
you
flyers-
can. It's just still cast.
Yeah, LR flyers aren't a thing anymore. So these will hit on 4s. This is the
Into-
thermal spear.
Into the chosen front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could have shot out of combat, but that's what I had intended.
Yeah.
So we'll take a reroll hit here. Okay, so that hits.
In 2s.
That wounds.
4 up invuln.
Nice.
Abaddon's pulling his weight.
And his stubber.
Stubber.
We already used the reroll to hit, so just 1 hit.
Yep. On a 4.
Okay, 1 wound.
That'll be a safe.
Cool. Now the last 3 guys. I need to start pumping everything into well. So these 2 only have the. Well, you can see the bikers also. No, the corner there.
Yeah,
It's
right.
covered up by the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can see. So these guys will just start dumping everything into Abaddon. This last one we'll decide on after.
Right.
So first, Warglaive into Abaddon's unit.
Nothing for me to use. Go ahead.
Thermal Spear first.
Okay.
Both miss. We'll use my reroll. So that's a hit and a wound.
All right. Invuln. Failed.
Okay.
It's Melta, so one's just gonna die.
Yeah. And we will stubber them as well.
It's got a dual weapon out.
We already rerolled a hit. We did not reroll a wound yet.
Looking for 4s.
Just 1.
It takes 1.
Okay. Now the next guy will do the stubber first.
Yeah. Starting to believe.
We will not reroll the hit on the stubber.
Naturally.
3 wounds.
Takes another 1, so he's down to 1.
Nice.
Go ahead and do your Melta.
He'll get popped by the Melta.
Yeah.
Both hits with the Melta. Both wounds with the Melta.
Both safe for
Nice.
the invuln. So no, he won't get popped by the
No.
Melta. And that's 2 of them down so far, right? So 3 down technically, right?
Yeah. Just the one last boy not in combat. Does he want to shoot legionaries? I think I can get him with 3 of them in combat. Because you don't have 2 to interrupt, is that correct?
I do have 2 to interrupt.
Oh.
Yes, that's why I'm not using any of my stratagems.
Okay, then we'll put the last one into them also. We will go stubbers first. We will not reroll on the stubber. Oh, it didn't pay off last time. 1 wound.
Safe.
Okay. Both hit with the thermal spear. Both wounds with thermal spear.
Both fail, so kills 2 more.
Yep. Okay.
So we're still a full unit.
Charge a clock.
Is Abaddon gonna live?
It is possible he will take down an armiger with him. That's all I'm saying.
This armor's going to charge first.
Okay. I think he makes it.
He's in. Next to this armiger, his friend has come into play also. He makes it.
Yeah, you're right there. Could have been dangerous.
Yeah. And the last armiger, he barely fits.
Ooh, but does he make it?
I don't know. Oh,
Oh, he's already cheating.
yeah, 3 gets me.
Yeah, you're good.
Did you ask for consent before you did?
Oh, but I don't fit.
Oh, you're right.
Nope, so he fails. He can't
Yeah.
charge at all.
Okay.
I blocked myself off. I should have swung the other one further over, but that's okay. We will start with one of these. Any Elverins don't really have any charges.
I think you're too
Nope.
far to make it around the building.
Yeah. So that looks like that's it for charging. Helbrin, no, we want Warglaive. Toughness 4?
Yes, because it's still an attached unit.
Yeah, and so for this one, we're gonna do little strikes, I think.
With 1.
Trying to think about the math of this real quick. So you've got an invul, so the AP2 is fine. I think I'm gonna do little strikes and with this boy here.
Okay.
So since I charged, I guess Sustain hits 1
Okay.
and a reroll.
That was a
Yeah.
miss, but it'll count as your sustained anyway, so
Yep.
that'll be good.
And
Choose either
now-
way, I'm
Yep,
imagining. Yeah.
strength 8. And a reroll. So 6 on your invul.
How much damage?
Single damage on this
Single damage. So 3 of them first, because then it's going to start going to characters.
Yep.
So he takes 2.
Okay.
Safe. Safe. Safe.
Yep.
So I'm going to interrupt.
Yep.
So this guy's down to 1. See, if you had killed him, interrupting's out of the question because it's 2 different units now, because it's 2 different characters. But now that the whole unit is still alive, Abaddon will actually do something. Yes, what is it? Why is
Alpha Legion the best?
Alpha Legion is an unconfirmed suspicion of the Imperium. They don't actually exist according to Imperial records, so ignore that. Abaddon will just pile in to get into base here, and we're gonna swing everything in that I
The
can.
one that hasn't swung yet.
Correct. It's gonna be the 2 characters that Chosen's locked to the other one. But we are going to do our Dark Pact, which will probably kill that dude anyways.
Yep.
I already took out their icon guy, so no reroll on this,
Nice.
but I'm good.
Yep.
I've already gained a command point, so even if I rolled a 7, it wouldn't have done anything. And we are going to do sustained hits here.
Yep.
So we'll just start with Abaddon because he will just literally rip through it. Because AP4.
Yep.
All right, on 2, 6 is sustained. All right, he didn't do worse than last time. And then 2s, and that'll might get him.
Shrugs.
Yeah, you do have shrugs, but it's 21 damage.
Jeez.
None. It's AP4.
9.
Oh, he needs to shrug
12.
10 wounds.
15.
Come on, bear the dice.
Oh, all but 4. See all the 6s. No, he dies.
Okay. You had me worried, but does he blow?
Nope.
All right, he implodes. Got it.
I don't have CP to fight on death.
And I don't have CP at all. You guys spent mine? My 2 are gone?
How much is that for bringing down then?
That'll be another 3 points, I believe, because they're 12 wounds each.
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 standard plus 1 for above 10. So 3 points.
Well, you think
I might get 1 more over there. And I do have that fight next too, but we'll go ahead with the 4 attacks from the dude in there into that guy just cause. Cool. 1 sustain. Nothing. It's only strength 5.
Yep.
All right. These guys going to Dark Pact for lethal hits. And they pass. I do not have the super juiced hammer anymore. So hitting on 3s with the hammer. 6s are lethal. There's lethal. And then 5s. So 2 wounds at AP2.
In 5s, so both go through.
4 damage total.
3 6s. No. Can he blow up? No.
All right.
Well, he's not battle shocked anymore.
And they're gonna, yeah, he is not. And that'll score me another 3 for bring it down. I should be at 11 for bring it down.
No, I know.
Oh yeah, in this turn, gotcha. Sorry, I misconstrued turn for battle round. I believe that's it.
Yep.
All right.
Your rhinos are 10 wounds?
They are 10 wounds each, yes. So you get 3 points each.
So I get 6 points on bring it down.
Plus the bonus for it being secondary, I believe. So you get 7 points total.
I did not extend. It's very doable next turn, though, so maybe I just keep it. I'd like the command point. No, I'll keep it.
Let's save it.
That was a rough first battle round for the Knights.
Yeah, the fact that Abaddon was able to live, and I was so tempted to AOC in places that I didn't need, and I'm just sitting there biting my bullet, just like, they're gonna die, just let them die.
Yep.
If they die, Abaddon lives is my whole thing, so.
So at the end of round 1, we have Adam on 44, Brandon on 17. So, Adam, what do you get for we're doing Tides of Power? So what's your primary?
So going into my turn, Abaddon is probably going to change his aura, but I am going to score 3 points here, 3 points here, and 3 points here, and I do have a Lord on this point, so the middle is now empowered. So for another 3 points. So 3, 6, 9, 12 primary. What happens when a Rhino blows up in my favor? Yeah.
Battle shocks?
No battle shocks, everybody. Actually, Abaddon's unit is a starting strength of 7 with attachments, so they must battle shock. I do have to choose his aura before that, and I think it's kind of go turn now. Because if I can pick up the Warglaves, that's it. And they're chosen, I can fall back, shoot, and charge. So we're going to go ahead and do reroll hit rolls as my aura. And battle shock for Abaddon. He is not shocked.
Thanks.
Well, with leadership 5, I'd really hope not.
Yeah.
Everyone else is good, and we will continue.
So for the audience, Adam, what do you think? What's the goal for this turn for you? What do you
I need to pick up those Warglaves and harass his line and try to stop him from getting any further. I think I had an incredibly strong first turn. That's probably going to secure me a high advantage right now. Abaddon being alive is crazy right now. Like him living is huge.
I think the big problem was when I charged the first one, I didn't realize I was going to block off the third one.
Yeah.
So I think the third one getting in and Abby would be gone.
Yeah, absolutely. At the very least, I would have killed another Armiger, but yeah, Abaddon would have been gone, or at the very least, him and the Master of Executions. And maybe you would be still engaged with Abaddon and you'd be able to fight before him without him being able to fall back, shoot, and charge because the single chosen being alive.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, giant bases, pre-measured.
Yep. Let's go here and see what I want. So yeah, I'm doing a hit reroll for Abby at this point because I just need performance at this rate.
Brandon, what's your main concern?
We are going to fall back his unit.
My main concern is not being tabled by turn 3.
And you're at 1 command point or 2?
Yes, sir. 1 command point. No interrupting for me.
Okay.
So while Adam's moving his models, Brandon, have you looked at the new missions or anything? What are your opinions on the new stuff?
I've looked a little bit. They seem interesting. Like almost everything has changed just slightly. They added a couple of more secondaries, and I like that you can now get rid of one for a command point every turn.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's super powerful. I like that playing fixed doesn't take a penalty. Or just playing tactical doesn't give a bonus to the fixed ones. So that makes fixed more interesting. Also, you can kind of build around that if you wish.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm running them off of their old movement. 14, they moved 12.
I know. So like we went to the smaller boards and they didn't change everything's movement until an edition later. So we got used to being super fast.
Right.
And then they adjusted to the movement to what it should be for the smaller board. We're like, oh, these things are so slow now.
Yeah. So they're going to go there.
Lord Alfarius couldn't care less of Imperial propaganda. Oh, R.I.P. my mentor, Malcolm.
And that's how you know he's not a real Alpha Legion fan, because the only reason I said that is because the Alpha Legion erased all those records. I know who you are, Pablo. Don't play with me. He is Alfarius.
So Adam, you're like the guy I call when I have really complicated questions. How hard do you think it's going to be for people? Because the rumors are going to come out with the new missions, new balanced data slate, and new points all at once. How hard do you think it's going to be for people to catch up with all that?
I think it's going to be a lot simpler because we have the app. Everything's going on it. It's just a matter of knowing how to navigate a glossary. I mean, it's kind of like just going back to old editions where we had the big glossary in the back of our book where we can go and look at all the different special rules and universal rules, but it'll be that way for FAQs and our general rules, kind of like how it already is. So, I mean, it's as accessible as anybody who wants to know wants it to be. So people like you who just ask me and don't look in the book. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I look in the book, and then people in my group say, "Are you sure, Johnny?" I go, "Yeah, I'm sure." Like, get a second opinion.
These guys that way. I think these chosen just come up here. They were about here. They didn't move that far. and we'll advance them. You mind rolling me an advance roll?
I got you. 1 coming up. 2.
Ooh, I like it. Free reroll from you're like, it's a 1. Inches up to here. 8 inches up to here. All right. Then go ahead and roll me an advance roll for this guy. The other chosen. There's your 1. Yeah. That's okay. They don't have to go very far. I'll save that reroll.
Abbey living is super insane, absolutely uncharacteristic. That's what. Oh. Doesn't make for close game.
Roll the 7. Haha.
Why did they give me? Oh, it's a bet.
Yeah. At least I got the plasma pistols up.
Huh. So the app still shows grenades in my command bunker, even though none of my data sheets have grenades.
What are you talking about? Knights famously grenade things.
Right? Makes sense to me. You know where I messed up? If I would have put my pink knight on one of these sweet pink objectives, he would have lived for sure.
Yeah, you should have put him on that one. Yeah.
I mean, he only would have been like 2 inches further back.
Now 2 inches further back would have probably stopped me from being able to charge him, to be honest.
Yep, he'd be alive. He'd be stomping people right now.
Yeah,
well,
benefit, right?
Well, I couldn't have gotten around the big building he was behind, because he wouldn't have scouted that.
Yeah, I would have scouted backwards instead. Yeah.
You put him on the line.
He's got to go there.
Where do you want him to go?
He's only got one path to go. He can't really fit through there. He can only go through here or through here, basically. So that is the one little complaint I have. Like, I'm glad we have our 2-inch go over stuff, and Knights, of course, 4 inches to go over. But all the ruins are over 4 inches, so you can't just walk over most of them.
Lord Albert's got your back.
Oh yeah.
He said, I already know Adam's got this in the bag, even if Abaddon dies. Adam has an effective counter regardless. He's not #1 CSM for nothing. He's a really good player in general.
No, it's just data sheets. I was just using AP4 and melee against armigers. There's no skill in that. I'll be honest there. Like, but thank you. But I'm not doing the work. The AP4 Draconian is doing all the work right now. See, these warp talons. I'll roll an advanced roll now for the warp talons. See?
There you go.
17 inches.
We'll just see what I would have rolled you. Oh, I would have rolled you a 5 also.
Okay, well, fate has determined. Imagine if we, like, every time we had to roll a check, both people had to roll. Right. You're, like, at disadvantage, like it's D&D or something. 17 for them gets really far. Yeah. Magnetized arms.
Oh, I was teasing about being tabled by turn 3. You might table me this turn.
I just want these guys to do their one trick where they go uppy downy.
Let him use his models.
I'm not stopping him.
So you're like, make you guys live.
I don't have any more invulns in fighting. He killed my one invuln guy.
Don't let him catch you.
He's like almost as fast as my orcs. How do you want me to let him not touch me? It's chaos. I'm not gonna ask him nothing.
You can ask us nicely. I was literally listening to like Night Lord stuff on the way over here. They can be nice.
Sure.
You can report him to HR.
As long as you call them my lord every time you talk to them, they're not gonna flay you alive. But slip up once, Night Lords will skin you. See, I totally didn't even move these guys at all last turn.
No, they're just chilling.
I'm just sitting here looking at them like this, so I don't even see them. 12 here with these plasma boys. Say hi. That should all be within plasma. Yeah, we're in rapid fire. We'll advance to these guys. No, that's not advance. I'm just gonna move them up. Yeah, let me just move them. That way I can charge. Go a power fist and some chain swords that way.
Yep. So what you're telling me is I'm going to have 2, maybe 3 Armingers and a Vindicator left.
I can't guarantee you the Vindicator.
Okay.
I'm gonna be dropping a lot of Raptors back there with plasma pistols.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping to just plasma him out. But
He's got a 4-bin.
he does.
Right.
He does. That is the problem. AP3. Yeah, AP4. You're on an. Right, no, he's not. You're not on an objective. You're right. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Advancing the cultists. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh,
there they go.
they're hungry.
I don't think they have enough to get to that objective, though. No, I'm landing just shy of it.
Mason said Night Lords was his first army.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you're about to be enjoyed what I'm bringing in from reserves. My Night Lords. Because those are Sons of Horus 30k models there for those jetpack guys. What do they call them? Like Justicars, I believe they call the unit. And I believe that's everything in my army that I needed to move. Suppose I could also just advance these bikes and see what they want to do. For 5, a lot.
yeah.
17. Basically just pop them in the middle here.
Huh. Yeah.
All right. One guy's wounded. No, no one's wounded in this unit. No one's wounded in that unit. Oh, it's probably on a chosen that you just outright killed anyways, so. Or something. I don't know. Something to something. This was not anything, though. All right. Oh, yep, that is on something. Wounded his.
Adam, what's the big takeaway from all the games with Joe Fons at the Iron Man? I didn't think Tau had the tools to beat CSM. What was your best game at BAO?
So with Joe Fons, I mean, he's a very skilled player, and so it's hard to say, you know, oh, they don't have the tools. When you use things appropriately, even though they aren't always the preferred tool, they still get the job done. Our game was a mix in having a very good mission selection for him in the matchup. Like I said, I'm not cheapening the fact Joe Fons is a great player. He's a great Tau player. I imagine he's going to be skyrocketing in rankings very soon because he's getting his reps in. He gets into good tournaments. And I mean, if you just show up, you're going to hit leaderboard spots. But Scorched Earth.
Well, if you play one faction.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about in general, too. Like, I don't imagine not seeing Joe Fons in the top 100 going forward as long as he just starts hitting more majors. But the big thing being Scorched Earth with my CSM list that I was running with all the tanks and obliterators was much slower than this army. So Scorched Earth is a very difficult mission for me, as opposed to Tau, which have great move blocking tools. They have amazing movement. They have secretly a lot of durability because of all of the transports and everything. And you can't really interact with things like breachers until he's already done what he wants with them. And in our game, he just picked up vehicles left and right, picked up the obliterators eventually, and I was just not left with enough tools to score objectives. I got my secondaries no problem, but I just fell completely behind on primary because every time I would touch an objective, I'd get knocked off of it. And BAO, my favorite was, and a big shout out to Colton Cox, my finals round against Genestealer Colts game 6. It's such a close game. Genestealer Colts an insane army to have to play. It's such a high skill ceiling, and Colton,
She's insane.
Insane. Like, if you make them work, they work amazing.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, oh, I'm hitting on 5s, but I've got a Primus. I reroll all my hits. I've got sustained hits. I've got ignore cover. I can pop 2 different sources of extra AP, 3 if I do plunging fire. Like, it's just a lot of crazy output. And it was a game that really stressed my mind. Like, I had to sit there and focus because it wasn't about killing the threats, but piecemealing and trading into areas to where I'm not letting him revive until I've killed 3 or 4 units in a turn, and it's a lot lower chance of him to be able to use them in the next turn because he has to wait till my next movement phase to bring all 4 of those guys back if they even rolled for it. So at least in his turn, I was removing the tools for a turn, keeping myself alive, and scoring out. And it was just a crazy back and forth, and I managed to take the win off of a very lucky last secondary draw where it's just because my primary brought us up to where I was like 3 points under him. And it's just like, what do you score for secondary? And I pulled secure no man's land and like engage on all fronts. And I'm like, I win. Okay.
Well, now you'll be able to do a secret mission.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting.
But you have to be far behind. You have to
can be tied in primary.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. If you're tied or lower in primary, and secondary doesn't matter. So you can be ahead on total points.
Oh, but it has to be on primary.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I think like it could be kind of cagey at like some top levels of tournament play.
Yeah, but then you're also only capping yourself at 90 points total because you lose the 10 from primary, and that could hurt you really bad. Like, because if you fall behind on secondary at the same time, then your opponent's got a potential 10-point lead at the end from primary alone if they didn't secret mission out. And I think it's just going to be like Gambits. We're not going to see a whole lot of it. Maybe it'll matter.